The flat Earth phenomenon has really been around for centuries, ever since the Church of England started to embrace the globe Earth heliocentric model after failure upon failure of experiments when it never was able to prove itself. Which is quite interesting, because I think most of us were conditioned to think quite the opposite. Most of us were conditioned to feel that it was somehow science that beat the church on the flat Earth model based on the scientific evidence, when exactly the opposite occurred. The experiments failed for centuries, and the church ended up embracing this heliocentric model that was only disproven by NASA, an organization that many people don't trust, an organization that we know is founded by Nazis, Freemasons, and Satanists.
I'm all in on the biblical cosmology, flat Earth movement that's going on. It's led me back to the love of Jesus Christ, the Holy Scripture. It's also led me on a spirit-filled discovery of not only the biblical cosmology truth, but a number of truths that apparently Christians won't accept. But for now, if I were hosting the upcoming 4th annual Flat Earth International Conference that's in its 3rd year, according to them, apparently they do NASA math over there, coming up in mid-November, I'd simply fill that big, beautiful convention hall packed full of folks that are drawn to the event, called by God Almighty Himself, ever searching, ever seeking truth. They weren't drawn to wizards, witches, and fireworks shows, a guy with a rocket on the desert. They weren't drawn to comedians, YouTube pranksters, not to cat-talking spirit channelers, or to Hebrew roots advocates that learn zero from the Old Testament while they try to live like the Old Testament, which of course makes Christ Jesus of no effect to them while they pretend to be Christians. I really don't know which is worse, NASA or FEIC. Jesus Christ Almighty, forgive them, for they know not what they do, those stiff-necked, whitewashed, dead man's bones. And that, my friends, is the gospel truth, and the truth will make you free.
Do you realize that the flat earth truth is leading to the Creator? Everyone has the understanding that the Creator is behind this whole thing. And while it's fascinating to get into all the intricacies and everything to do with the creation, understand that someone created it. Isn't that much more fascinating? So I really wanted to push this year the idea that there is something behind everything that is being shown to the world. And many more people are about to wake up, because the truth is the truth. The truth is on our side. You can't stop it. This is not going to be stopped, because the truth sets people free.
I just ask for protection over all of us in our journey, that our Father would put angels of protection around us while this is happening. And if this is too churchy, too bad. I had lightning strike in front of my house a few years ago while I was reading something that came out of my hand, my own handwriting. And it's not a joke.
Does everyone here know without a doubt that they are not living on a spinning ball? Excellent. All right, let me get your attention one more time. Does everyone here understand that they did not evolve from monkeys? Fantastic. All right.
Every great army has an academy behind it, and we've created one from the sheer volume of our online content. Make no mistake, Flat Earth University is very different from other universities based on scientism. We encourage people to not take our word for it, but instead do their own research and question everything. They will tell you to abandon your religion, your faith, because it has no place among scientism. Flat Earth University makes no religious demands. Whatever your faith is, keep it, because the very nature of Flat Earth implies that it was built, which means by default there was a creator. And the great thing about Flat Earth University is you can take courses from anywhere, anytime, at your own pace, no matter what your occupation or lifestyle is. There are no exams.
YouTube, one of the most powerful ways of telling your story is to just get your phone out and start recording and hit that record button and let everybody know. You don't know who you're going to reach, right? So I came into the Flat Earth Truth through Rob Skiba, which is a different method through Facebook. But if it hadn't been for a lot of those YouTubes out there, I wouldn't have known half the stuff he was talking about. It allows you to just kind of dig a little bit deeper. And, you know, YouTube has been kind of demonized. Oh, you get your information from Google and YouTube. And the way I see that is like standing up in class and giving your report. Why is that any different? If you've done the research and you have something to share, YouTube is a great venue to do that.
They're forced to go on faith. Oh, that's that crazy religious word, right? Because they have no evidence for what they're talking about. And yet, over and over and over again, we're seeing stuff like this, aren't we? Article after article talking about other Earth-like planets out there. You know, there could be 1 billion Earths in our galaxy alone, 40 billion, 8.8 billion. Oh, and incidentally, they're finding all these Earths by looking through telescopes millions of light years away, or even thousands of light years away. Both are absurd. You know how far a light year is? Yeah, it's nearly 6 trillion miles. They're telling us they're spotting black holes 55 million light years away. If they got telescopes that powerful, turn the telescope on the moon. I want to count the rivets on the buggy.
The job of the mainstream media and the mainstream culture that we have today is to make you look like a moron. It's to make you look stupid, dumb, uninformed.
I mean, it's so great to be here when you know that when you turn around, the person behind you isn't a brain dead zombie. You know, it's somebody that you have so much in common with, probably more than the regular people in your lives. So what an amazing, amazing, amazing place to be.
What is going on here?
It's not tilted. It should be tilted and spinning. Also, you're going to notice some cartoon clouds here, or Photoshop. And then also, all that is observable here is Northern America. We have no Asia, no Europe, no Africa, no Australia, and no South Pole.
Isn't it on the other side?
If you want to believe that the other ball is containing all those massive continents, then you're free to believe that.
Grass can't debate these facts if he wanted to. Earth is flat and stationary, bro. That means it doesn't move.
Oh, Jaren's here.
Jaren's here. I'm just laughing at this whole thing.
Okay,
you
what?
don't think that Jimmy Kimmel is going to try and portray that guy as a real flat earther? Probably.
No.
That's over the top. You
can never. You would. No.
That would be beyond.
No.
I don't think they'll do that.
Jimmy Kimmel sent some nutcase in here to act like a crazy flat earther, and he was asking Mark Sargent all kinds of dumb shit.
Right, so imagine that on Jimmy Kimmel tonight, he says he was at the Flat Earth Conference, and they use that guy as if he's a flat earther. That would be the most ridiculous nonsense I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I did not know. I had no idea that Jimmy Kimmel's show was going to bring in some moron on a crutch to make us look silly.
This is easier to understand than this. And you say, well, that doesn't mean it's right. It's like, isn't it? Why not? We believe all sorts of things, but the public tends to lean towards the easiest explanation. It's why we text instead of no.
Gross, gross round earth. Gross round earth. Pretty flat earth.
I know. Go.
Quick question.
No.
How can I talk to my kids about the earth being flat when I can't legally talk to my kids? That's for a second?
Yeah, we can.
There we go. Yeah. That's the way right there. That's it. Look at us. Yeah. Did you have a head injury too?
No, not yet. I believe that Hitler sequestered himself and his greatest scientific teams to New Berlin, Antarctica in the 1940s, in the early 1940s, where he built a manufacturing city.
Right, so Hitler discovered the flat earth theory and the Nazis built a city in Antarctica under the ice.
And they've been hiding the flat earth reality to keep that land.
I got a quick question.
No, oh my God, no.
Sit back. Why would the expression Daryl Hannah fell off the face of the earth exist if the earth wasn't flat?
I mean, all the empirical evidence overwhelmingly suggests that there's an enormous 200-foot ice wall holding the oceans in level and flat. The sun and the moon are luminaries. Same way there might be some dome with the crown chakra being the pole star. There's arguments on whether we live in a closed system, whether it's a firmament. I think it might be a closed system, a toroidal energy cosmic egg model.
Listen, this isn't about saying the earth is flat, it's about being open-minded.
Did you think this guy was a controlled opposition when he came up there and asked a really stupid question about burying dogs?
I don't even know what controlled opposition means, but okay.
What we're standing on here is not what they told us it is. The whole thing can be solved very easily. How do you stand on Hitler? Do you believe in, have you researched Hitler at all?
Everything is a lie. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Dubé! I'm just joking. The word is what is true. You know, that's why churchianity, which is like, you're not being a Christian today because you didn't do the right thing that my church says. It's such bullshit. My Christianity, like my belief is just what is true. And over time, I've just realized that the Bible just keeps being true and my science books keep being false. Yeah. Look at the Milky Way. It's all more grains of sand than all the beaches in the world. And you're just a speck and you're just made because bacteria fucked. And then they fucked and mutated, and they mutated and fucked, and you're just gonna die. Like literally, when you see it, it's like the beast that they are. They might as well be doing this. You are nothing. You are not made by God. You are just a mistake that will be corrected. I'm just like, fuck that guy. And I think that's one thing that I bring to the Flat Earth community is a lot of you guys are just really earthy, nice people. You need an alpha dog to just be like, fuck you people. Yeah, Tartaria. I like Tartaria sauce with fish. Is that what they named the sauce after? They're like, listen, we're going to erase the Tartarian Empire, but we'll give them a little credit. What? Kind of like this mayonnaise-y shit for fish. Tartar sauce. That's all they got left. They build all this shit, and all they get is tartar sauce. It's kind of like Caesar. All he got was a stupid salad. Like, it's like, is it a good salad? No, it's got some croutons, some lettuce. It's like $1. I'm going to make my wife take a hormone pill so her body thinks it's in her first trimester and it sterilizes her womb so I don't have to use a condom. Tee-hee, tee-hee. That's not a man. Don't sterilize your sex. Want to know who does that? Homos. It's true. I don't want to get graphic because I think there might be some kids in the room, but vaginas are not gross and assholes are insanely disgusting. Like, you know, fertile sex makes life, which is great, and sodomy makes fake AIDS and death. And so I started thinking about it. I'm like, should I take off the sombrero? No. Because if anyone needs that size brim, it's the whites. Because the sun is not our amigo, ladies and gentlemen. And I started thinking about it. The whitest people on the planet have the smallest hats. Jews, right? So these Hispanic people with beautiful brown protective skin, so the sun doesn't affect their skin, they have all this brim. And the Jews, these little pale guys, have these tiny little hats that look like they should be like swim caps for kittens. Right? Like, so I proposed the Jews and the Mexicans switch hats, and that's how we cure skin cancer. That's right. Talking about real solutions. Now you're walking the park, motherfucker. Switch hats.
I want to say an apology on my end. I had never seen, I didn't know what was going to be said last night. Some people have already come up to me today, and I had no idea. And I you know, Owen has been great on these podcasts and stuff, but if you got offended last night, I can understand on very much some of the things that were being said. I know that there are certain people that I watched walk out, they didn't understand, they didn't know what Owen was about. And I just want to say I apologize on that. I didn't know either on the show itself. So for those of you that got offended, that are planning on saying things, I just want to say I'm very sorry on behalf of me. I had no idea, and I know some of you were very opinionated this morning, so I apologize.
Jaron, what do you think of Operation Dogfight?
I love it.
A great idea, wasn't it?
Fantastic.
We got people everywhere. So somebody in the media tipped us off and said, "Hey, there's going to be a little fun poked at you," and we decided to respond.
Yeah, and we got here early.
And we got here first. What did you guys think of Operation Dogfight?
Well, 2 out of 3, so we won.
2 against 1, we win.
I know, that's how dogfights work.
That's right.
Billboards. I like this. Actually,
This is awesome.
we won because the third one, like we said, Paul, they're going to research round Earth and they're going to realize there's no basis.
One troll plane and 2 flat Earth planes. I know, yeah, we're reverse trolling the trolls. See, you guys see what's up? You know how we roll here in Flat Earth. The trolls kind of troll us, and then we reverse troll those fuckers. It's great.
What we're talking to David right now is there's some planes flying around. You can probably hear the planes flying around right now. What's the story about this?
So the story is this podcast that hates Flat Earth, makes fun of it because they just don't understand it, decided they were going to send a plane in with a banner that said, research round Earth, as a pun on research Flat Earth, and then Love, Carrie, and Rob, or whatever their names are. So we heard about this. They did a press release, and we have Flat Earth people everywhere. So someone in the press let us know, and we got 2 planes to come in ahead of their plane with a pro-Flat Earth message. So kind of beat them to the punch. All fun and games, good stuff, and just getting the word out there.
I mean, that's great. And really, when you look at all 3 planes, they seem to be all from the same source, because we really do need to research round Earth. I mean, no one really knows the round Earth theory. We just believe in it as if it's faith. You know, science has become sort of the new religion, when really if we're not doing the science, if we're not doing the math ourselves, if we're not looking at it ourselves, we're not being scientific. We're just putting our faith into the new priest class of science.
And we didn't become Flat Earthers by researching Flat Earth. We tried to research the globe. That's how you become a Flat Earther, because you find out that there is absolutely no proof of the globe. Everyone thinks, I got hundreds of proofs. I'm like, can you come up with one? 5 years later, haven't heard one.
It's weird stuff, people.
Thank you. Hey, you know, you said you mentioned the Dark Ages. I think we're in the Mark Ages, the Mark Sargent.
The Mark Ages.
Come on.
No.
Mark Sargent.
No. Don't give me that much credit, but thank you for that.
And thank you for confronting NASA, which everybody knows actually means not always telling truths. My question for you is, we all know for a fact that the Earth is flat, okay?
Yeah.
But is there a general consensus as to how thick it is? Because
no.
The reason being, like, if you got to dig a hole, like say I'm digging a hole because I got to bury a few dogs.
Right.
Am I just dropping a garbage bag of dogs into outer space? Like how far do I got to go down? How far can I go down?
That is the weirdest series of questions I've received all year.
I also wanted to say,
oh my God.
I didn't put that thing in the hillside, Google Flat Earth, but I did spray paint it on my mom's carport.
Nice. Thank you for that. And as far as the thickness goes, next question over here in just a second. As far as the thickness goes, when he says, oh, how thick is it? I don't know, even mainstream science. How deep is the deepest hole? 8 miles, there you go. It's like, if science can't go further than this, we don't have to either. There you go. And by the way, thank you for all knowing that. I love the fact that the Flat Earth community memorizes scientific factoids. Like, it makes me smile at night.
This is my first Christmas without my family. After 25 years of marriage, I cannot stay married to a woman who refused to seek the truth. She and my kids refuse to look at the flat earth truths that I've shared with them. I encourage them to research for themselves, but they treat me like I'm crazy. I just couldn't take it anymore. Is anyone else out there dealing with spending Christmas alone? To me, it's better than spending it with a family of globeheads. I'm glad to have a group online of like-minded individuals with whom I can learn from and gain support from. I bet I'm not the only truth seeker is spending Christmas away from family because they can't see the truth of the world. I hope to hear from some of you today. Ah, oh, Alex Jones, is that you?
When I grew up, the solar system was stationary.
All right, honey, come on.
The sun was standing.
Why don't you stop this bullshit? Idiot.
Shouldn't you give me like 5 minutes?
No, you've had all morning, and I'm just freezing, and I'm hungry, and it's time to start cleaning the house.
It's a flat world, surrounded by ice. Half a meal for the truth, brother. This is the life. Did my own research. What do you have? Flat Earth been legit. What you don't understand? What do you have? Flat Earth been